check. All right, we are on our way right now to go visit Cassey Ho.
She is unlike any YouTube creator, any entrepreneur that we've spoken to date. While the majority of us make our money through advertising, Cassey's revenue is almost entirely driven by the sales of her own merchandise. She went from Pilates instructor to founder of 2 8-figure businesses, all built on her YouTube channel.
Hi guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, happy Friday.
She was essentially Prime, Feastables, and Chamberlain Coffee combined many years before they were making headlines.
Now I kind of know the DNA of a viral product for us.
All short form vertical.
All short form vertical.
We toured her home in Los Angeles to speak with her and her husband/business partner, Sam, about the ups and downs of building their fitness empire through social media.
Something can sell within a couple of hours or a couple of days. Like, it's absolutely insane.
Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this video. More on them later.
Okay, so we're in my Pilates room and I'm standing on a vegan suede yoga mat right here. Those are the yoga blocks.
How many of these are out there in the world? Like, how many of these mats are out there in the world?
That's a Sam question. He's a numbers guy. Like from the beginning of Blogilates time. From like the beginning.
This is totally a ballpark, but
Okay.
my guess is we probably sold 1 million yoga mats in like 10 years or something. I don't know.
But
that's just a ballpark.
But that's a ballpark.
I would
that
have to like really dig into the numbers. But yoga mats, I would say through the history of our business have been our top seller. So
Wow.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I never asked numbers questions.
Yeah.
Like I just
But
keep designing
isn't
stuff.
it crazy to think about like how many people probably have one of these in their house?
I mean, that's so cool. Look at that. Look at that down dog.
Sure. Yeah. Do a full vinyasa.
there we go.
Yeah, it's not a big,
Okay.
it's just,
This gym bag went super viral. I just spent the last 9 months designing a water bottle. Still sold out. When's the restock?
When was the first time that making a video translated to sales in even like a significant way?
At the time, the only social media was Facebook, if we don't count YouTube. And people were like, hey, Cassey, can you make a shirt? And I'm like, with what on it? And they're like, with Blogilates on it. I'm like, why do you want my screen name on it? Like, that's weird. And then so we had a design contest, and then we ended up printing someone's design on, after the community voted, whatever that was, on some Forever 21 shirts that we screen printed. And then they sold out within minutes. And then I was like, oh, okay, there's something here. But that really was the beginning of building the community and listening to the people in my community, which truly is what has led me to where I am today. It's always been that feedback and that constant like back and forth of serving them, because when I serve them, I serve me too.
Should I A, keep the current length, B, go for something longer, or C, go back to the sketchbook and just try something new for an anti-shaping workout stress solution? Whatever you vote will literally help make the decision for where I go next with this workout.
Okay.
All right.
This is nice.
This is very cozy.
You can put your feet up too.
No.
Yeah. It's the fire button.
God.
Let's do it.
I have a question for you. How much viewership does the YouTube channel do?
Shorts has definitely given it
Yeah.
a whole new boost. I think before Shorts, we were probably like 10 million views was a really good month. And that's like pre-2020, I would
Wow.
say. But then with Shorts, we now are doing like 100 million views a month.
The ones that do really well is if I start with something where there's a really big problem. Like if we move to the,
right
like
there.
that one. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
5 days ago, it's 3.5 billion.
Wow.
And so I start out that video showing like a thing that all girls do when they have these removable bra pads in their bras. And I'm just fussing with it. And people are like, oh yeah.
You guys, you said that you hated removable cups, and so I challenged myself to make a sports bra without them. And this is what I came up with.
Content-wise and also sales-wise, we're actually going to implement this into all our bras going forward because of this video.
Because of this video?
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of crazy. And
That's
I just
crazy.
feel so lucky because like, how am I in this world now where I get to talk about my clothes, it's entertaining and it sells the stuff? Like that's like, it's just a different mentality.
Can we watch now the first video?
Yeah. First video from 2009.
Hi everyone, my name is Cassey. Welcome to Pop Pilates. Let's get started and let's get sore.
So at this time, I believe YouTube would only upload videos up to 10 minutes. And so I needed to create a routine that was $9.59, perfect without editing
Wow.
because I didn't know how to edit. All I knew was how to chop off the beginning and end of a Windows Movie Maker file. And you can see my first yoga bag, it's right there. And I thought, ooh, people are gonna definitely ask me where I got that bag, but they asked me if I could make more videos. And that was where it began.
Even at this time, you were aware of the concept that if you put your product in the video, there was a possibility that someone would want to buy it? Was that the intention of putting the bag there?
Yeah, it didn't work, but that's what I thought it could do.
That is such a cool part of YouTube history. And obviously part of your, entrepreneurial journey. So cool. Merchandise is not not the typical or not an easy first monetization avenue for a creator. Merchandise is hard.
Yeah.
It can be low margin when you're starting out. What was paying the bills at this time while you were doing these different things? And when did YouTube start to play a factor in that?
What was paying the bills at the time? I don't know. I was trying to teach a lot. I think one of my biggest, first big breaks in my YouTube career was when Livestrong reached out and asked if I would do a full series for them, and they paid me this day rate that I had never even imagined was possible.
Bring those hands right in front of you, tuck that chin into your chest, and slowly roll down with control, vertebrae by vertebrae.
What was that day rate?
It was $5,000.
$5,000.
And I negotiated myself.
Wow.
That was the only.
That's an extremely good day rate.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. Yeah.
Bottom line, there wasn't a roadmap to monetization at that time as a YouTube creator.
No.
Right? There wasn't this is what you do. First you make some money on AdSense, and then you do brand deals, and then you launch a D2C brand, or there's memberships, there's Patreon. That didn't really exist at that time, right?
No, it wasn't. And then when merch or at least my products became so much more of a bigger thing was when we went into these inspirational shirts that is so 2012, 2013, 14 vibes, neon colors and all these words on top. That and inspirational water bottles with a timer. There was a month when we sold 30,000 units of one bottle. It became a thing. And that kind of was what it was for a while until there were too many copycat designs. And so I switched in around 2016 to creating our own activewear. Yeah. And so that's when I decided to do real clothes. So that was the beginning of PopFlex. That's when PopFlex was its own brand, and Blogilates was the fitness videos, and I would wear PopFlex. And then and then in 2020, at the end of 2020, Blogilates launched at Target. And that's when there were two brands. Because I never thought Blogilates was really gonna be a brand. Now it's a brand, and PopFlex is a brand, so it's really cool.
Can you give us a sense of the size and scope of each of the brands? Of Blogilates and PopFlex?
Yeah.
Now you have two brands.
So each business on their own is an 8-figure business, and they've both been growing tremendously.
That's truly unbelievable, right? Do you sit back and think wow, had you not uploaded fitness videos to YouTube, you would not have successful clothing brands.
I know. It's crazy. I haven't uploaded a fitness video in 1 year, which is really scary because that's not something I planned, but it was something that I felt. I felt no longer inspired by creating these routines, not because I don't like fitness. I love fitness. I work out every single morning. I just didn't want to do this thing that was no longer challenging me mentally anymore. It just felt like nothing. And so now that I'm just creating content for the designs and doing something that feels like a hobby, honestly, it's just so beautifully worked out that building the community ended up supporting my childhood dream of becoming a fashion designer. It worked, even though it wasn't planned.
How does that dream develop? Where did it start?
I just loved clothes. It wasn't like I was an artist that liked to draw flowers in a box. I literally had a sketchbook and I would just draw women wearing dresses. I don't know where it came from. It just came. Yeah.
How often are you sketching?
How often am I sketching? Yeah. I am designing stuff nearly every day.
Has this turned into a physical product yet, or where is this?
This is right here.
Oh my God, this is
right here.
Okay.
Oh my God, Can I pick this up?
You can pick that up. Yeah. You can pick that up. This is this.
This sketch is this.
This, with pockets.
Once you have the idea here, and you're this is a good idea, Where does it go from there?
Basically what happens next is I send it to one of our designers. They're gonna create a CAD and then a tech pack, and then we get into sampling mode.
These videos of Cassie's designs are finding millions of views, and that's converting to millions of dollars in sales. She has what we call content product fit, meaning she doesn't need to change her videos at all in order to integrate her products. Creators who find this are able to drive sales because every video naturally integrates their brand. And when creators find that fit, they turn to the sponsor of this video, Shopify, to build their business. There are a ton of creator brands out there built on Shopify, including Feastables, Prime, Chamberlain Coffee, Pizzafy, and even our press publish shop. One of my favorite things about Shopify is that it's built with creators in mind. Right here underneath this video, you can shop all of our products from our press publish shop. Head over to Cassie's channel and you can shop all of her products with just one click. Shopify makes it super easy for us to sell no matter where we're making videos. What are you doing in the ad read?
Wait, is this the ad read?
Get out of here, man.
Oh man.
Leave. Shopify also has Link Pop, which is a shoppable link in bio tool that a bunch of top creators use, including ourselves. This is one of the best times for creative entrepreneurship. So if you have an idea for a product or a brand, click the link in our description and you can get started on Shopify. Okay, now back to our conversation with Cassey Ho.
Is this your office?
This is my office. Cool. I just recently upgraded to the office. This actually used to be the dining room,
okay,
and I took it over.
Yeah.
I want one of you guys to get out your phone, put it on flash, and I want you to take a picture.
Take a photo. Whoa. Whoa, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
It's a rainbow. So It's super reflective. Obviously it's cool because it's cool, but then also if you're wearing it at night and you're biking, then
cool,
people can see you too.
This backpack is not what it looks like. Yeah, so it's kind of lying to you, but trust me, you're gonna love it.
If you were to pick a platform between Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok that needs to sell inventory, which platform are you choosing and why?
IG will convert the best.
Really?
It's most consistent, but TikTok has the opportunity to go super viral. Conversion is a little bit less, and conversion on YouTube Shorts is the least, but also has the opportunity to go super viral. However, is more international.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But overall for us, YouTube is, I think, like it is by far the most views. But I want to say like an Instagram view for us is worth close to like 10x a YouTube view in terms of revenue.
Wow. How did like short form vertical content play into creative liberation, if at all?
Oh, the best. It was
best.
the
Okay, got it.
best because horizontal content creation was also my fitness era days. And I felt like I had to put on lashes and do my hair and do my makeup and look as good as I could because people were already tearing apart my body anyway. So I had to look so good on camera. Sometimes we'd have a crew. Like it was a whole thing. And I actually never enjoyed these days. I just didn't. And we try to film like 4 or 5 videos at once. So I'd be so tired by the end of the day. When short form content came in, it became fun again, like specifically with TikTok, because it was like, oh, trend sounds, you just like do a thing. It's like a game. And like, it was just really fun. And I was still doing fitness stuff or just like 5 moves for your arms, like so easy, not like I have to do the whole thing. But what really changed for me was when I began to show people the other side of my life. When I made that conscious decision, that's when I decided to show them, okay, well, let me show them how I make this and like why I made that or like why I like these yoga pants and whatever. And then people were into it. And I feel very lucky that they were into it because if they weren't into it, then I don't know where my content would have gone. And I probably would be very unhappy making videos that no longer challenge me.
It's really scary to reinvent yourself on YouTube because you've built millions of subscribers for fitness content, right? Or for whatever you're making.
Absolutely.
And to go, now I'm gonna show you my entrepreneurial designer journey.
Yeah.
Is like related, but pretty scary, right?
It is. And then there was a lot of people being like, when are you gonna upload another fitness video? Where's the fitness? We signed up for fitness video. Like it was happening and there'd be forums about it. And I was just like, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna make an announcement that I'm not gonna do it again because I might do it again. I'm just feeling what I feel. And right now I feel like designing a lot. And so, and look, like I said, I work out every single morning and this is how I know how to design for an active woman because I am that woman. It's just this moment. I don't want my body to be bashed every single time I'm just trying to teach a workout. It's just not, I don't feel good about that. And so it's been nice having a full year of people not saying anything bad about my body. It's been great.
A lot of things can inspire a new design, but this time I thought, why don't I take the elements of my most viral legging and add it to the elements of my most viral skirt? Could I make your next favorite product?
Crisscross skirt, I think, is also a top selling item, maybe our number 2. What's so great about this on camera is that when I film slow-mo and I'm just doing a twirl, you can see how beautiful it is. So it catches like the attention right away.
Which is
very special.
That also can be viewed with the sound off.
Yes.
Like I can see it, it's visual, and I can understand the piece of content while I'm sitting somewhere scrolling without having headphones in or even having the sound on.
Which I do all the time.
Which is great. Yeah. That's cool. Our industry has come such a long way from merch. Yeah. But this is even further than the V2 that we've seen, or V3 of how creators are doing merch.
No, this is a clothing brand.
This is legitimate clothing brand.
Yeah, you are a product first creator.
I am a product. I'm product first, 100%. Yeah, there's no other way to do it.
With the product with Blogilates, that's a licensing deal.
Yeah.
How did you make that decision to enter into a licensing partnership? And what do you think creators who potentially are exploring that should be thinking about when it comes to a licensing deal?
Yeah, well, the licensing deal was also an opportunity to be in retail stores at Target. And I was like, yes, 100%, because we are not in physical stores, and Target is like one of my favorite places to shop. So this makes so much sense. And so that was a for sure thing, and it's been a great move, especially for marketing as well. So now people can see Blogilates in store. I get that credibility. They are able to touch and feel, which they can't with PopFlex, and then eventually, hopefully, migrate over to PopFlex as well. And so it's also a more affordable brand, so we're able to touch more people that way as well.
There's more product here, so this is the things that we have.
Some things have sold through.
Yeah, look at that.
A lot of the stuff is gone, which is really
crazy.
good. This is great.
So you have resistance bands.
Resistance bands, booty bands, rubber booty bands, slider disc, jump
I have
rope.
these at home, not yours, but I have these. These are tough.
When we pop in, I can't help fixing everything. But really, this is looking pretty good today.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
That you're just on all these products. When did this happen? Like, when did the Target deal happen? Or the licensing deal to get into Target?
We started talking about it in 2020. Luckily for us, we had a track record of selling. So I was like, hey, this is what's worked for us, like this yoga mat, this thing. And so because of that, I think he felt a little bit more confidence and just gave me a chance. And we started with like a very small number of SKUs. Yeah. And now we have, Sam, how many SKUs do we have now?
I think there's like 34
total.
34 SKUs, cool.
Yeah, I think we started with like, 8 or 10?
Maybe 11. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And is that nationwide? Like, how many Targets is that?
There's 1,700.
1,700 Targets.
I know. So like the units are crazy that sell every week without me having to do video. So it's kind of crazy.
We thought when the Target partnership started that it could hurt PopFlex just because we thought those customers were going to come now go to Blogilates, especially because some of the price points were lower. Yeah. But we actually, I think overall it's for sure helped PopFlex because it built trust with our audience and just
legitimacy. I think that's something that's really hard for a creator to have going into a space where people have always viewed me as a fitness instructor. Yeah. And even though I've always wanted to be a designer, people viewed the shirts that I made or the yoga mats I made as like merchandise, not like designs. Yeah. And so having the product in Target made people feel like, oh, okay, she's a designer.
Oh, cool. Interesting. Yeah. That's cool. That cosign is so important.
Yes. So legitimacy has been great. There we go. Okay, and then we can bring these on to another plate, and then you guys could try them too.
Literally, you need to make these right now. 1 banana, 2 eggs.
I'm sorry.
I could have put a little
fluffy.
more.
No, but it's good and fluffy.
That's delicious.
What advice do you have for people who want to do what you've done? Because obviously it's taken years and years and years for this to happen, but now you know so much more.
Yeah.
And the landscape has dramatically changed. Like starting today, it has dramatically changed. But I think the opportunities to create clothing brands or a business through content is like very much here. I mean, we're seeing brands like Chamberlain Coffee or, Prime or Feastables. Like these brands are getting built through media distribution.
Yeah.
So what advice do you have for like someone who wants to do something like this? Wants to build a brand through content?
I think you have to be product first with your brand. This is what I truly believe. I don't think I'm the only person who wants their brand to live on after they die, but it shouldn't be so pushed by a video or like someone saying, hey, buy this. Like if it is a really good product, word of mouth will help it will help it be long lasting as a brand. So I think it has to be product first. And then you have to make that product development part of your content. And it is, people just are so curious what happens behind the scenes and the why behind what you're doing. That's how our business has grown. And I feel very fortunate that people are interested in the why behind why I design things. And I hope that continues to be the case as we keep growing because there's so much in the pipeline.
I love that concept, that word of mouth. Like word of mouth is the marketing. So everything else is just accelerating it.
It is. And like for people that get very excited about the things they buy, like me, I will just like keep talking about it. And it's like free promotion and it's real promotion. It's not those transactional brand deals that we see where influencers are saying whatever. It's that authentic, genuine love for something because someone put so much thought into it.
So what's next for, I guess, yourself, like, and Blogilates and PopFlex? Like, you're building these businesses. How do you see the next year or 2 years?
I want to keep designing more things. I want to keep growing at the rate that we're growing or more. And one day I want to compete on the same level as some of the biggest activewear designers in the space. I think it's going to happen. And I'm just excited. I just want to keep going. Like I said, I want to live and die doing exactly what I'm doing. And I just feel like I'm living my dream every single day.
That's so cool.
Yeah.